All right, hey, what's up, guys? Justin Van Ferrari here, and this is the live after the primitive bushcraft rod and reel setup. I've got my rod and reel right here. I want to talk a little bit more about it, show it off a bit. So I'll just wait a few minutes while people come on in. Looks like we maybe have one person. Let me know when you're in here and. Let me know what you think. Thanks for the thumbs up, you guys. This is this has been fun. This has been one of my favorite projects. I have I was going to bring it up here and I totally forgot. Um, I have a little notebook of all sorts of different ideas that I have, and this one's kind of been sitting in the back of a notebook, and I just hadn't really gotten the motivation um, to really do anything with it because there's just so much, only so much time in the day, and then but it wasn't when I was written down in my hey, B Fowler, thanks so much for the thumbs up. Northern Lights Goats, evening folks. Thanks so much for checking out this live stream. It's just going to be a quick live stream. But I wanted to just kind of show off. This is if you didn't get a chance to watch the premiere of my primitive bushcraft rod and reel setup. Here's a little sneak peek, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. The reason I wanted to go live though is because I really got a lot of inspiration from Greg Ovens. If you haven't checked out Greg Ovens, you don't know who Greg Ovens is. It's Ovens Rocky Mountain Bushcraft. And right here, I'm gonna throw a link if I can into this thing here. Rippin' TV, hey, thanks for checking out the premiere. Thanks for stopping in and checking this out as well. I'm going to throw a link in here in this live stream to Greg Ovens' version of his bushcraft rod and reel. This is, I'm going to go ahead and add this to the broadcast right here so you guys can see it. This he did a great job with this, and actually, believe it or not, his progression and his thought process really helped solidify for me what I was trying to do. Hey, where's Tyler? It doesn't matter. Tyler's a busy man. He already went live once today. He just started a new job. But B Fowler, thanks so much for it's an awesome idea. I it sounds cocky to say yeah. I don't mean to be. It's not really my personality, but this is probably so. If you go back and watch a couple videos on early on in my channel, I made a check out Marlene Bates. I'll have to do that. I don't know who that is. I've never heard of. Is a fishing channel or is a bushcraft channel? I'll definitely have to look that up after this goes off. But so, anyways, the early on my channel, I was sitting out in the woods and I was trying to figure out how to do a deadfall trap, and you got the figure four and the Paiute and all that kind of stuff, and it's just what I found with those, they're great, they're foolproof, they've been used for centuries, and but over time the little notches that you carve in wear out, and it's just sometimes they're hard to set. You got your hands under there and you're constantly getting like smashed by the rock, and I'm like, there's got to be a better way to set a deadfall trap. There's got to be a better trigger mechanism. So I came up with this what I call a quick release peg, and I showed it off to some bushcrafters at a deal I was at. Hey, Marjorie Cleveland, thanks so much for stopping in. And so I showed it off, and they were just amazed because they're like, you know, we see adaptations of primitive traps, but we don't see like new trigger mechanisms invented. It's like, so, but this, go back, and so I've like done some videos on a deadfall, on a conibear trap, on a snare, and then it's just a super versatile trap trigger mechanism. But so up until this, that was my that was my like pride and joy. Like if there's anything I could become known for, it's like that, right? Not that that's my motivation, but I was just like, so if I spend too much time in the woods, stuff like this happens. So I know I showed it off before in that video, but it was just kind of a quick thing. I'm going to do a catch and cook video with this thing as soon as I can. But so the previous version 1, let me get rid of that there. How do I do that? So version 1 was this guy right here, and so this, it just it worked, but it was just missing a few things, and part of the problem was it mounted to the pole here, and it stuck out so far away. So when I was reeling it back in, the string wanted to just slide off, so I was constantly guiding it. And I know I did a good job in the version 1 premiere video to kind of hide that, but it was just it really was a little bit of a pain. And so with this, so you cast it like a hobo reel. And so it's not relying on this to spin. It's literally just coming off like this. And you don't have to have a lot of loops. You know, all the you know, newfangled technology stuff has all these loops and stuff. But I just have one at the very end of the rod, and it just allows it to just slide through. But I'm going to take this off for you guys. Damn, it's 85. Thanks so much. Yeah, you were in the premiere. I appreciate you you checking out the premiere and then coming here. I've just put a link. I'm going to go back to this comment. If you scroll up to the top right here, the reason I went live is kind of show this off a little bit, but I also wanted, I gained a lot of inspiration from Greg Ovens. He helped me solidify this idea because I was thinking along the same lines as he was. I hadn't really had a chance to put it into practice, but in my notebook, it looked very similar to his design concept with a Y branch. And in my mind, that was going to work. And so I watched him. It saved me so much time. And I was out fishing, just dinking around and like throwing the hobo reel. And it's like, aha, that's all you have to do. So, you know, I couldn't make a handle to extend beyond, you know, which, you know, would be ideal, give me a little bit more leverage to reel, because, you know, I thought about putting, you know, some sort of a square thing. So I could actually, you know, kind of take the handle off when I went to cast, but it was just one more thing to do. And this, I thought I'll cut this off and try something else if it doesn't work, but it really worked great. But then Greg had a ratcheting thing on here. Let's see, can I, there we go. And this, let me turn the autofocus off on this. There we go. So that was right there. That was the game changer. This allows it to tighten, but then and I can just if I'm oop. All right, let's go back to manual focus or autofocus, so it'll look at me now. So when I'm reeling this in, I didn't really show this off in the video. Everything's falling apart because I'm like dragging string all over the place. I didn't really show this off so much in the video, but if I've got this here and I'm reeling this in, I can take my finger and I can push this I've got a grip on here with my other fingers, and I can push this, and I can just hold this away from the ratcheting system. So if I've got a big fish, and I've got, he wants to run, or she, then I can just use that as kind of tension, and I can allow it to run, push it away from the ratcheting mechanism, and then when it's time for me to start reeling, I got that. And if I really want to lock it in place, man, that thing is not going anywhere. So, yeah. So thank you guys so much. I just, I know. Let's see. I think there's other people making comments. Hey, Donald Morris. Yeah, hit the like button. I mean, so I'm gonna stop asking you guys to hit the like button just like for my own affirmation. I'm gonna start just asking people to hit the like button if they actually like the video, because as I get more into this, I'm already starting to find out what types of videos you guys like, and I want to like do more of the things that people want to watch. So I appreciate a thumbs up. I appreciate the like button. I appreciate you guys subscribing. But I'm not going to get carried away with that. So, yeah. Do I have a video on the trigger? If so, can I leave a link? I am so glad you asked. Let me, I've got so many things open on my desktop. I got to find it. So I actually have, believe it or not, a whole playlist on my channel. And let me see if I can grab the link for the playlist. Now, it's titled Primitive Trigger Primitive Traps. But I'm actually going to change the title of the playlist because it's going to be just more of just an all-around primitive. It's going to be primitive traps. And other stuff and other primitive stuff. So let's go. So if I do this, is this going to do? Oh yeah, I think that this is the link to the whole. Boom. Booyah. And add to broadcast. So this right here, this is a link to. I don't know if it's a link to the first video in that playlist. This is the first video I did of my quick release peg, and it's got a lot of views. Like, my channel's not that big; it's got almost 800 views, but I've got a lot of people commented that I didn't go into detail on how I actually made it, how it actually works. So what you need to do, watch that because that's like the first one. But then go back into see some of the others, and I go into detail of exactly how that quick release peg works. Hey, Rippin' TV, how you doing? Thanks for checking out the premiere. Thanks for the thumbs up and all that kind of. Not sure about that. Hey, would putting charcoal on the shaft to the inside lubricate the system? That is a good idea. I carved it slightly bigger, so it's not like a tight fitting type of a thing, and it seems to work all right because it's not when I cast, it's not it's not actually spinning when I cast. The string is just it's rotating. So I think if I was relying on this to spin when I casted, that lubrication of some sort, some sort of, that might be good. Or there's a lot of different trees that have like oils in them or things. I don't know. That I might play around with that. But when I cast, I'm rotating this, and so it's basically just I rotated them the wrong way a bunch of times. So it's it's not relying on it to spin. So the rope or the string, the line just falls right off of it. So, but it really rolls. It really reels in pretty good. So, thanks for asking. I might. So I'm going to do a catch and cook video here before too long, and I might play around with some of that stuff. And you know, I have a weight just taped to the, tied and then taped to the end of it, and it pulls through just fine. I actually I tied it to my living room chair, and I've got wood floor downstairs, and I actually was able to pull it, kind of use the leverage and pull it, my dining room chair across the floor. Now, I think if I had a bigger handle to crank on it, I think it would give me some more leverage. But I mean, I would have to get into a huge fish for that, I think, really to become an issue. So yeah, it does rotate very well. But no, I mean, it's something definitely worth looking into. I appreciate the comment on it. Steve Griffith, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. New to the channel. Hey, we're all new to the channel. I'm new to the channel because I just got started. So welcome. And do you have Steve? Do you have a channel? I always like to go back and see who's watching, see if they've got a channel. I'd love to love to check it out if you have some content. Can't wait to see the catch and cook video. I have so many things in the works right now, and believe it or not, it's January in Michigan, and we normally have just a ton of snow by now, and ice lakes are frozen over, and it's been above freezing. So there's still time. I just need to I might have a chance next week to get out and fish. But I've got a lot of awesome stuff coming up on my channel. I've got the elk hunting video that series is going to continue on. I've got I don't want to give away a spoiler, but I got two more videos on that series. I'm also doing some silent stuff, and I know it's not for everybody, but what I'm doing, because a lot of you guys are new to the channel, and it's hard to go back to the very beginning. So what I'm doing is I'm re-editing some of my older stuff, and I'm just condensing it down to, if I went on a 5-day adventure, I'm just condensing it down to one video, just the highlights of that video, and putting it silent to music. And so we met on Oven's 30-day challenge. Okay, so I subscribed to your channel. So what I started doing is every time I go into one of those guys are just huge, have a million, I just keep clicking on everybody's channel, and then I try to get back, and I put try to get all the notifications on so I see when you upload content, and it just sometimes I'm doing it so much I forget who I subscribe to. So I'll check it out. Thanks for stopping into the live stream. The camera you use is awesome. I am using right now the Canon M50, and I've got it through, and I'm streaming through Ecamm Live on my laptop. And so what it does is that, I don't know if you're a computer geek, kind of that might bore most people. But it's so I can run it through USB, and it removes all the stuff off the LCD screen, and it works great. So green light. I've been enjoying Chris ASMR stuff he's been doing. Yeah, and bearded woodsman or wooded beardsman? It is bearded woodsman. Chris, yeah. He's been doing this stuff for a while, so he's fun to watch. Sweet. So I'm going to scroll back up here because one of the main reasons I want to do this live stream afterwards is I want you guys to go over to Greg Oven's channel, and it's a little self-serving, right? He's got quite an audience, but I know he really wants to get this thing nailed down. And I think this is the best solution, and so I'd love for him to take a look at it, make his own tweaks and modifications, and try it out, because I think his subscribers will love it. So this right here, this is the link to Greg Oven's. Specifically, it's part of the 30-day survival challenge. but it's when he made his bushcraft rod and reel. So actually, in the link in the description of this, there's info in there too. So after the live stream wraps up, go click on that link and go say, hey, Greg, check out this rod and reel. If you all do it, then it's going to get his attention, and he's going to check. I think he's going to like. I think he will poop his pants because I know he's put a lot of time and energy and effort into trying to figure this out, as a lot of people have, and so. All right, I'll stop ranting and talking myself up. Steve, you're a programmer. Nice. Not into the silent ones. No. So when a silent one pops up, what you can do is I'm gonna put a little card right at the beginning for like go back and check out the full playlist, or it'll bump you to the first series, because I mean I feel like I've had so much fun on all these adventures, and I love putting them together. I've got some of my best videos, like some of my favorite videos, only have 20 or 30 views. And so I know I'm just a small channel, and some videos for whatever reason get picked up and you see and things like that. But yeah, it's I just I want to share. The reason I was actually getting a little bit discouraged early, like maybe 4 or 5 months ago, before I started connecting with you all, because I'm like, I put all this time into editing and then nobody sees it, and so I'm like, do I stop putting so much time into editing, or do I just keep doing it? But like I want to have something cool and like high quality to show my friends and family, but it's just like maybe I just won't keep filming everything. That was kind of my thought process. So I did a couple months. So if you go back, like there's a gap in October. It was like September and October where, I had a few things that were playing into September, but I didn't film anything September or October, because I'm like, I'm just, the things that I think are really awesome only get a couple views. So a combined video of a series, do you plan to do with some of your stuff, like release the full feature after all the episodes are out? Yeah, so like a long video, is that what you're talking about? Do you plan? I've seen other channels make a combined video of a series. Yeah, okay, yep. So yeah, a lot of people do that. I might. So yeah, I thought I just had started having fun editing some of the silent, and I have family living over in different countries, and like they all speak English, but their extended families don't speak English, and I know that they're interested in seeing some of that, and it's confusing when you don't know what they're saying and you feel like you're missing out on what you're actually saying. So so that's why I kind of did the silent thing. It's kind of like I know that I have an audience overseas that wants to see some of that stuff, and so yeah, so that might be another thing too. Like, so as a small YouTuber, I can only get out and do things so often, and there's never enough time in the day to actually film. Like, this rod and reel video is like a 4-minute video, and so I would have loved to like actually like hold off and do a catch and cook and like have this big elaborate adventure, but I'm just gonna but you guys have been asking about this, and so I couldn't just not do it. ASMR. I don't know what ASMR is. Can you type out what ASMR is? Damn, it's 85. Yeah, thanks. It's if you guys are in here, I think I recognize a lot of your names, and channels and all that kind of stuff, and you guys are all awesome and super supportive. If you haven't seen Trail Trash Outdoors, check out their channel. Those guys are absolutely hilarious. I'm kind of laid back. I'm even keel. I'm just like, I think I'm funny, right? But I'm just, I can get kind of corny and kind of like, I don't know. But I have fun, and I appreciate you guys enjoying my videos. But like, these guys are absolutely hilarious. So Trail Trash Outdoors, make sure you see them. I'm actually going to add them to. I noticed like I started adding people to my what's it? Not favorites, but what do they call those? You know, off to the side where it's like premiere channels or whatever. Like, dude, you guys are going up on the premiere, the whatever, my featured channel list. Asexual, male robot. I'm gonna have to go back and look through this chat. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah, thanks so much. After this video is done, if you're just joining, go into the description of my primitive rod and reel setup, and click the link. It's going to take you over to Greg Oven's Rocky Mountain Bushcraft, to the video where he did his primitive bushcraft rod and reel, and so I'd love for him to see it, because he's been working on this concept and trying to figure it out, and yeah, so sweet. Chaucer's in the house, and yeah, hey, thanks for putting me on your featured list too, Trail Trash. Blake, good to see you, man. So go click the link in the description, head over to Greg Ovens channel, and do that. I'm gonna head out here because I'm gonna go hang out with my wife tonight. So we'll sign off. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching the premiere, and then thanks for tuning in after this. Thanks for when you guys kept commenting on the last one, you're like, this is sweet, and I kept saying like, wait till you see version 2. Like I had this U-shaped thing in my mind, and like, I'll be honest, like, so Trail Trash, you emailed me, and I started putting this video together, the one I just showed on my channel, and I was just going to email it just to you because you were so excited about it. And then I'm like, no, I'm just going to post it to everybody, and you got to wait a couple days. We're close, but we ain't that close. Just kidding. All right, so I'm signing off. Thanks so much for checking this out. If you didn't get a chance to see the premiere, you have no idea what we're talking. Oh, guys, wait! Before you leave, I didn't even bring it up here with me. Tyler Wood Bushcraft did a 24-hour wallet survival challenge, and I know I've kind of been talking about doing a one-item survival challenge coming up here pretty soon. I'm going to postpone that because the time frame that I was going to do that, I'm actually going to do a 24-hour wallet survival challenge, and I just picked up a couple Grim cards, survival cards, and so I'm gonna, obviously every bushcrafter, every survivalist has, you got to have one of those. I mean, I don't know, what did we do? How did we survive without those in our wallet? So anyway, so he inspired me, and I said, hey, can I jump on board with that and do a wallet survival challenge? And he said, absolutely. So I'm gonna do that. I was gonna show off, give you guys a little sneak peek into it. So anyway, Saturday, I'm releasing the silent version. I know it's not, some of you guys don't like that, but in the silent version, you'll be able to click on the link, and you'll see the whole series. It'll at least be in the description as well. You're doing that challenge. I'm doing that challenge in the winter. Wallet survival challenge in the winter. And here's the thing. He stuffed I'm not dogging him because this was genius. So he stuffed a Mylar blanket in his wallet, and I don't have room for that. I've got so much cash. I'm just kidding. No, I just so yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna do that. I did the Grim survival wallet, and this is the other piece to it that has like arrowheads and prongs for stabbing snakes and frogs and stuff. The other one has the knife, has a saw, has some fishing hooks, and has some lures. And so that's the one that's in my thing. So you guys are not going to want to miss. It's going to be below. I'm waiting for it to be like snow on the ground and freezing, because I'm going to do this thing with no sleeping bag, with no, like, nothing, no gear, no nothing over my head. I'm going to have to build actually a legitimate bushcraft shelter, to stay out of the elements. I'm going to have to get a fire going, and I'm going to have to get up off the ground. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyways, I said I was off a while back, and in the winter it snows. Where it snows, I live in Florida. Winter 24 hours is just sleeping on the ground one night. So yeah, and I mean it's kind of like I agree. Like some of that, it's just like, but for whatever reason, people want to see the experience of it, and I think there's a lot of people, you just go out and suffer. But what I want to try to do with my survival challenge is, yeah, I literally could go, and I could just shiver all night, and I could just, if I had a fight, huddle by the fire and just like be boring video. But for me to succeed, I need a legitimate winter shelter that will keep me warm. Like if I were out there indefinitely, I need to find a way to secure water, and I'm not taking any sort of pot or cup. In 24 hours, I'm gonna have to burn out. And I know, like, yeah, 24 hours, you don't even need water. In 24 hours, you can survive. So a burn bowl, and getting up off the ground, getting a fire going, and I've got to catch food. There has to be food. I'm not taking any food out with me. And I know I could survive for a night without food. I've done that. I went out for 5 days and in the winter and survived with no food, just foraging whatever I had. So I'm going to forage and I'm going to fish with my Grim Survival card. And it's not going to be a success unless I get food, water, and adequate shelter. So thanks for mentioning that, because yeah, I get I don't know, not frustrated necessarily, but it's not legit. Like 24 hours, you could just go and like literally just sit up against a tree for 24 hours and survive, right? Unless it's like extreme hypothermia, but like there's creative ways to get one. For 24 hours, if you have enough calories in your body, you can do jumping jacks for 24 hours and stay warm enough to not get hypothermia and just walk out of the woods the next day. So Steve Martin, thanks. Yeah, I agree that 100%. But it's about bringing you the concept of the adventure, and not just, surviving. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So, but I completely agree. Hey guys, anyway, good night. There's still a few of you in here, and appreciate you doing that. Don't forget to hit that link. Head over to Greg Ovens, and I'm going to follow up, and I'm going to go in there and look. I'm not going to post it myself because I feel like, I'm asking you to do something that's self-serving to me, but I'm not going to do it myself because I feel like that appears more self-serving. But no, I legitimately want Greg to check this out because I think he's gonna love it. So sweet, I do. It's not a wedding ceremony. I don't know what I do is referred to. Oh, quilted blanket in mine. Okay. All right. So, all right, guys, adios. I'm going to go hang out with my wife. We'll see you later. Thanks for doing that. Don't forget to hit that link. Go to Greg Ovens and hit the thumbs up if you like it. If you don't hit the thumbs up because that'll tell me not to do any more of this kind of stuff. Peace out.